Tonight on Connecticut's news station, a New Britain man shot and killed overnight outside of a hookah lounge in Middletown. The details police are releasing. Plus, a Jewish cemetery in Hartford vandalized. How much money it will take for the association to fix the damages. And Trinity College graduates walking across the stage to their future today. One speaker stuck out to the crowd. What a Sandy Hook mother received for her hard work since her son's death.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Carmen Chow. We begin in Middletown tonight, where police are searching for a suspect in an early morning shooting that left a New Britain man dead. The suspect is still on the loose and residents in the area are now on edge. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner joins us live in Middletown with what we know so far. DeAndrea?
Well, Carmen, police say that it was a 20-year-old man who was shot in this parking lot after leaving a night of fun here at this hookah lounge. They say it happened just before 4 a.m. But what they don't know beyond that point is exactly how it happened. They're still looking for the suspect and they're looking for witnesses to come forward. But while they're doing that, you can see that his family, they are mourning. His family, his friends, his loved ones by leaving this candlelight memorial here in his honor. Dozens of candles laid out for him. But not only are they leaving candles, they also left a dozen roses as well.
You know, it kind of scares me a little bit.
That's how Lee Walters feels after she learned that there was an early morning shooting that left one person dead in the city she calls home. Middletown police say a 20-year-old man from New Britain was killed after being shot in the parking lot of Hidden Hookah Lounge as the business was closing early Sunday morning. Police believe several people were in the parking lot when the shooting happened, and there was evidence of gunshots fired. Now they are searching for the suspect.
You know, I kind of wonder, do I need to be afraid going around town?
And even though they are searching for the suspect, police say that this was an isolated incident and there is no threat to the public.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. That doesn't usually happen in Middletown.
A local business owner has the same sentiment.
Seeing some of the things they're doing in Middletown, it's a great place. It's unfortunate that they did have this incident.
Now, police have not released the name of the victim as they are waiting to notify the next of kin, but they are asking if anyone knows any information about this to please contact them. In Middletown, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
DeAndrea, thank you. And turning now to the weather, after yesterday's washout, today was a nice way to end out the weekend. Let's toss it over to meteorologist Ryan Breton. Hey, Ryan.
Hi, Carmen. It was kind of funny when the sun came up this morning. Everything was just kind of basking in it after all the rain yesterday. You could almost sense the evaporation of all the water on the lawns and gardens. We got quite a bit of rain yesterday, a widespread 1.5 to 3 inches of rain. Highest amounts are right around Shelton and Monroe. High temperatures today up into the 70s in most spots. So a nice end to the weekend. And tonight the satellite radar is nice and quiet. And there actually is plenty of quiet weather back to the west. But the one thing you don't see here is the wildfire smoke in the sky, which we will have again tomorrow. So overnight tonight, it won't be all that chilly, lower to mid 50s in most spots. Some of the coolest areas could briefly dip into the upper 40s. And then your Monday overall looking pretty nice. A mix of hazy sunshine and clouds. I do think some of that wildfire smoke, like we saw today, will dim the sun at times, but a pretty decent day tomorrow with temperatures getting up into the lower 70s. Good weather ahead most of the work week, but as we head into the holiday weekend, there are some questions. I'll be back to talk more about that coming up. Carmen?
Ryan, thank you. Police are investigating the desecration of one of Hartford's historic Zion Hill cemeteries. Zion Hill has been a sacred Jewish burial place since the 1840s. After inspecting the grounds of the Ados Israel Cemetery section a few days ago, some groundskeepers found a rabbi's mausoleum had been broken. The scene seemed to show that someone had been living there. The president of the cemetery organization, Leonard Holt, says it will take at least $10,000 to make the repairs, and they will have to fundraise. The Friends of Zion Hill Cemetery organization told Fox 61 today in a statement saying, quote, cemeteries across the country attract vandals, and in this instance, someone seeking shelter in a secluded section of one of the 7 Jewish cemeteries on Zion Hill. The residents of Frog Hollow respect and value the private and public cemeteries that make up the 31-acre historic Zion Hill Cemetery and will be quick to contact the police regarding any dangerous or destructive activities there. Officers out in Wallingford responding to a motorcycle crash on I-91 South earlier this afternoon. The left lane was closed near exit 15. Police say there were minor injuries. We are trying to get answers about what exactly happened and who was involved. We'll update you as soon as we learn more. And over in Rocky Hill on the Silestine Highway, an entire section was closed going both ways after a car hit a 70-year-old bicyclist. This happened Saturday night just before 10 p.m. by Saybrook Fish House and the Apple Rehab. The man is currently in critical condition. Police say the car did stay on the scene and the driver is cooperating with their investigation. And in Glastonbury, a driver was found dead after crashing into a tree. This happened around 1 this morning. Police say the car was at the intersection of Hopewell and Matson Hill Road when they drove straight through a stop sign and lost control into a wooded area. Anyone with any information should call Glastonbury Police. Multiple families are without a home after a fire broke out in Lebanon on West Town Street. Officials say it started just before 1 a.m. and neighboring fire departments helped to put the flames out. Thankfully, there were no injuries. The Red Cross is helping the families who are displaced. Police are investigating after a shooting late Friday night that sent 3 people to the hospital. It happened on Goodrich Street. Officers found multiple shell casings between Butler Street and Shelton Avenue. A short time later, they were notified 2 gunshot victims had arrived at Yale New Haven Hospital. Police were then called a short distance away to a 3rd victim injured in that same shooting. We are working on getting an update on their conditions. Meanwhile, no word yet on a suspect or a motive.